How does a car thermometer work? The thermometer in your car works like any other thermometer. It has a display on your dash that tells you what the outside temperature is. It has a remote bulb sensor that is usually placed at the front of the car, under the hood, near the bottom of the car, sometimes behind the front bumper, sometimes near the side fender, but usually as far away from the radiator or engine as possible. This is the air temperature it is reading. They are generally more accurate if the car is moving. Most outside temperature sensors on cars are located underneath near the front bumper bar. The sensor is far away from the engine body itself, so the temperature measured will not be affected by the hot engine body. The wind chill factor only applies to the human body because the cold, high-speed wind takes away the heat from the body. But for a temperature sensor, no matter how fast the wind is, the sensor will just measure the temperature of the ambient air, or wind. Why the car thermometer isn't affected by engine heat or wind. Speed shouldn't blow off that outside temperature reading on your dashboard, but a short run to the store might. The system displays the last known temperature when starting the vehicle, says Centennial College automotive professor Garrett Nalupka. It may take some time and mileage to update to an accurate current reading. After you start the car, you have to be driving more than 64.3 kilometers per hour, 40 miles per hour, for up to 5 minutes before the temperature gets updated, Nalupka says. This strategy was intended to eliminate wildly fluctuating readings, Nalupka says. It may cause some customer confusion leading to unnecessary diagnostics and parts replacements. Sensor sensibility. Your car uses a temperature sensor to determine the temperature. In fact, it might use a few. Most sensors for the in-dash readout found in most cars are placed somewhere safe where they can't be damaged or influenced by engine heat, says Volkswagen Canada spokesman Thomas Tetzlaff in an email. A common location is inside one of the side mirror housings, but others are located inside the fenders or ahead of the vehicle's radiator. It really depends on the vehicle, Centennial's Nalupka says. Basically, there is no set place, Nalupka says. Front of the vehicle somewhere, in the airflow. Story continues below advertisement. There are other sensors that measure the temperature of outside air. Why does your car need to know the temperature? Sensors in the HVAC system keep the AC from turning fully on and getting damaged when it's freezing out, Tetzlaff says. On modern cars, the condenser turns on to dehumidify the air. And, some automatic climate control systems use the outside temperature, says Centennial College automotive professor Stephen LaRue. The sensor typically sends data to a module that interprets the information, performs some calculations and then commands a device in the vehicle's HVAC system to turn on, speed up, slow down or turn off, LaRue says. Airflow? If most cars' sensors are located around the airflow, won't the wind at highway speeds throw off the reading? You might feel wind chill, but your car doesn't, Tetzlaff says. Wind chill is something that affects living creatures and not inanimate objects like temperature probes, says Tetzlaff. Wind chill is caused by the flow of air around a body that disrupts the insulating layer of warm air close to the surface, causing the person to feel colder than the actual outside temperature. For example, if you were sticking your head at the sunroof while your car's going 100 km per hour on a 20°C day, it would feel like 40°C. If the car's thermometer were not protected from the wind, it could actually read slightly warmer than the actual outside temperature at highway speeds. That's because moving objects collide with more air molecules, says Rachel Chang, Canada Research Chair in Atmospheric Science at Dalhousie University. If the thermometer were sticking out in front of the car and you're driving at 100 km per hour, that could affect the measured temperature but by less than 1 degree Celsius, Chang says in an email. But if it's shielded, for example behind the license plate, then the effect of the car moving or wind would be less. As long as there is enough air exchange between the air surrounding the thermometer and the outside, then it shouldn't matter, Chang says. I've actually always wondered how the heat from the engine doesn't affect the temperature, but